You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got a little bit more going on involving the Kyle Shanahan accident cover-up. Now, I said yesterday, Chris Sims went through this whole thing about he knew about what was going on, and I jokingly said, well, Chris, you could have came out with it. I knew Chris Sims wasn't going to come out with it. They're best friends. Kyle Shanahan and Chris Sims are best friends. They went on vacation together, blah, 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 blah. I knew that long before yesterday. They played together at UT. It's pretty much common knowledge. Everybody knows that Chris Sims and Kyle Shanahan are super tight. So, of course, there's going to be a privacy issue. Now, the question was, why the hell did ESPN and Adam Schefter sit on this for so long, right? And it made it look like there was something nefarious or egregious going on. It made it look like something's going on with Kyle Shanahan, right? Like they wanted to cover up something that happened. A lot of people were like, was he drinking during the incident? Even though it came out and it surfaced that no, neither party was intoxicated. The question was, bless me, the question was, well, what's the journalistic integrity here, or is there any left, right? That's the issue. And is there something that's being missed? Tony Farmer's been digging into this in the same way that he dug into Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini and the Matt Miller situation. He's digging into Adam Schefter on a betting situation with Robert Kraft. Now, this did come out. Tony Farmer said the Palo Alto Police Department said nobody was cited during Kyle Shanahan's crash, but he was holding a cell phone during the accident, according to the website, and also at Grant Cohen, SI, right here reported the same thing. And so here's the cell phone in use, yada, yada, yada. He did say, I don't think we were ever meant to find out that Kyle Shanahan was holding his phone during a head-on collision. This could be what they were trying to hide. Maybe. But there's something I want to point out here, and I forgot all about it, and shame on me. Because having been so wrapped up in bodybuilding, especially in the late 90s, back when Mike Shanahan was the head coach back then, Shannon Sharp was there, and Bill Phillips was the big EAS supplements guy out there, Romo. I'm talking about Romanowski. I forgot that Adam Schefter cut his teeth covering the Denver Broncos. I don't know what I was thinking. But you guys have heard me say there's a reason why Mary Kay Cabot 2 months ago came out and said Deshaun Watson looks like maybe the starter for the Cleveland Browns. He was carrying the water. She was carrying the water for the franchise. They had her put that out there because they wanted to gauge the reaction and this, and everybody went after Mary Kay Cabot. And I'm like, this came from the Cleveland Browns. All right. She just didn't hear that out of nowhere. This came from the Cleveland Browns. I keep trying to tell you guys, all these insiders, and really, this is sort of related to the Diana Rossini situation. Obviously, Adam Schefter's not having sex with these coaches, I don't think. But the point is, they're all such wrapped up in friendships together and yada, 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 relationships, friendly relationships, that now it's affecting, and it has been affecting the news they've been reporting. That is the problem here. And it has been the problem. And shame on me for forgetting this. Think like a champion. Building success one victory at a time. Mike Shanahan with Adam Schefter. Shame on me. I knew this. I forgot about it. I knew this and I forgot about it. Yeah, he covered the Denver Broncos back in the day when Shanahan was right. Mike Shanahan was right there, and obviously so was Kyle Shanahan. Kyle's daddy and Adam Schefter wrote a book together. That wasn't the only Bronco that he, right here, Terrell Davis, Adam Schefter. This is Amazon. And that is sort of, a lot of people think this is kind of about Kyle Shanahan's accident and that there could be something hiding in there. Sure, there could be something hiding in there. Maybe. I kind of doubt it. I actually think there may not be, other than this cell phone usage situation. And if the cops aren't going to write him a ticket and they're not going to cite him on it, I think that's where it dies. They didn't feel it was egregious enough to give him a ticket. Now, Chris Sims went on a when he was talking about this situation, that Kyle Shanahan had built up collateral in the San Francisco area as a head coach, pillar in the community, yada, yada, yada. Everybody loves him. Everybody likes him. And that shouldn't mean a fucking thing. It shouldn't. When it comes to Tim Kawakami and San Francisco writers and the cops and all that, that should the relationship between all of them should not factor. Adam Schefter, he was never going to report this without the 49ers blessing. It might still not be out. And that's because I keep trying to tell y'all, relationships among these sports media, I mean, they're partying together. I tried to tell the combine, these general managers, and they're partying with the podcasters and the commentators and the media pundits, and they're all having dinner together. It tells you that the NFL insider game has got some problems. It's got some problems. And one could say, well, why in the hell didn't Adam Schefter hand this story off to Mike Garafolo, or now Ian Rappaport works for ESPN? Well, who's to say that when he hands it off, Mike Garafolo or Ian Rappaport, who probably has a relationship with somebody with the Niners, maybe it's John Lynch. By the way, Denver Broncos, John Lynch. The connection to Elway. Because they're tight. Elway and Lynch. Who's to say? And they reach out and they're like, then they come back around to Kyle and they say, Schefter turned that story, your accident, over to another insider. And then that relationship is burned. It's a messy, bullshitty situation. It is. I mean, this should have came out within 24 hours of this accident happening. The news should have been out there. And I'm willing to bet everything, and this is the piece I want to know, how far back did they know? Because I bet you it was very early on. Listen, again, Chris Sims gets a pass. Adam Schefter, okay, I can see right here, you're friends with the Shanahans. But you are still technically supposed to be a journalist. Chris Sims not a journalist. He's a fucking podcaster and a commentator. He takes the news just like I do. I didn't play in the league or none of that, but I take a piece of news and I give you my opinion on it. In that relation, I get why he didn't say nothing. I can give Sims a pass. Adam Schefter, oh boy. his prior relationship with the Shanahans may come back and bite him in the ass on this. I would be willing to bet you that's why Nick Wagner's name is also on the article that he wrote. And the 10% ownership by the NFL of ESPN. That's the other glaring thing that is shining right in your face. Dollars to donuts. And by the way, if I haven't made this perfectly clear, I hope Kyle Shanahan's okay. I'm a fan of Kyle. I'm a 49ers fan. I'm a fan of Kyle Shanahan. I hope he's okay. Hope he recovers fast. Gets back to coaching. Gets back to doing what he wants to do at a high level. But there is a story here. Whether it's actually directly related to Shanahan and not more so just ESPN looking shady as hell and hiding a story and covering up a story, I think that's the story. I mean, journalistic integrity is fucked in all of this. Oh, but he's so nice and they were doing him a solid and blah, blah, blah. That should not factor into it. Not a second. Not a second. I mean, there's plenty of shit that happens to really good people. I mean, come on. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.